I can't feel my face now.
Right, so how sick are we of woke corporations? Plenty sick. Well,
Very.
Check this out and wait for the end, because it seems like one recruitment company is trying to do something about it. Have a look.
When I grow up, I want to work for a woke company, like super woke.
When I grow up,
I want to be hired based on what I look like.
rather than my skills, I want to be judged
By my political beliefs, I want to get promoted.
based on my chromosomes. When I grow up, I want to be offended
By my coworkers,
and walk around the office
on eggshells.
and have my words policed.
By HR, words like
Grandfather,
peanut gallery,
long time no see.
no can do.
When I grow up,
I want to be obsessed with emotional safety and do workplace sensitivity training all day long. When I grow up, I want to climb the corporate ladder.
just by following the crowd.
I want to be a conformist. I want to weaponize my pronouns. What are pronouns?
Right, so how
Bro. Is that legit? Is they actually playing that in Australia? That's a legit commercial or whatever? That can't be legit. That had to be part of that segment, right? Because that was too perfect. That was too perfect. They hit it spot on. It's like, it's just decaying away at the society that our forefathers have built for us, man. And I personally, I don't even like calling it woke, because like between us, like when we say like stay woke, you know what I'm saying? We talking about something different. They took something that we say to each other to empower each other and just turn it into this thing that categorizes all this crap, man. I'm telling you, I personally don't like calling it woke. It's more like sleep. All these sleep. But that's how the machine does it, right? It'll take things and it'll flip them, right? Just like that rainbow that got flipped. I digress.
The shocking reason why people that have sold their soul are obsessed with orgone pyramids. Now you can see here in Drake's story, he talks about sitting by some good energy. And these people absolutely understand the importance of being around good energy, even though they sold their soul. And if you don't know what these things are and why our governments have gone to extreme lengths to suppress this technology, then stick around. These are orgone generators which emit life force energy and neutralize EMF radiation. You can see in this video how Orgonite neutralizes EMF radiation. There's the Orgonite device. It's reading about 300 on the meter right now, and it goes right down to about 0. Even with the frozen water test, you can see the energy that these things create. Now, Wilhelm Reich actually discovered Orgonite technology and used it to cure people of diseases. And it's no surprise the FDA and the CIA raided his lab and threw him in jail for life. And he died 2 years later of a heart failure. I think a big reason why they suppress this technology is when you grow food with Orgonite, it actually gives you about 3 times the yield and the growth of plants. It also helps keep your fruits and vegetables fresher for longer. If you have cats, they'll always prefer to sleep by these things. This is why I keep them by my bedside, because it induces vivid dreams and gets you a way deeper sleep. Now, Orgonite works by the ricin pulling in negative energy, and the metal shavings repel it so it becomes very chaotic. And when you add crystal to this matrix, it transmutes it to positive energy. This is why people plant these things at the bottom of 5G tower. It's extremely important to have these things in your home to neutralize EMF and protect your family. And for top tier orgone generators, click the link in my bio. I got free shipping for you guys. Peace and love. The shocking reason why people that
He said some valid things there. He mispronounced a bunch of things. Dude's name is Wilhelm Reich. It's not ricin, it's resin. It's like an epoxy. I don't know what he's talking about with that, but if you don't know about orgone generators, it'd definitely be something to look into. I got a couple, you know what I mean? It's something for you to dabble with if that's what you're into. I don't like to get too deep into some of this stuff, bro, because you never know who's watching, who's listening, and who's like, nah, he can't be saying that stuff out loud like that. So, just check it out. That's all I want to say. Just check that out.
Emotionally, what your future is going to feel like before it's made manifest. And don't get up until you feel that way. Now, practice that for a few days, and then see if you can stay in that state and watch all of a sudden all those weird doors start opening for you. Synchronicities, whatever they are. Number 2, take up time at the end of your day. The end of your day, before you lay down, and give thanks for your life and feel gratitude and really teach your body what it feels like. The emotional signature of gratitude, when gratitude means you're getting something. If I give you something that's of value, you would say thank you because you would feel it, right? So when you're receiving, you're giving thanks. So gratitude is the ultimate state of receiving. So then people only accept, believe, and surrender to the thoughts equal to their emotional state. So if you're in a state of gratitude, every thought's going to make it right down into your body. If you're saying, I'm healthy, I'm healthy, I'm healthy, I'm wealthy, I'm wealthy, I'm wealthy, and your body's programmed in negativity, it's saying, no, you're not, no, you're not, no, you're not, that thought's going to stop right here. So as you elevate your state, there are about 1,200 different chemical reactions that go on in the body that begin to restore and repair the body in a state of gratitude. And so we've done the research to prove that. 10 minutes and just feel it with all of your heart. That's it. Wow. Third thing, and very important, take time, whenever it is, sit down and close your eyes and begin to just open your awareness to the space around you and just sense it and pay attention to it and become more aware of it. The act of opening your awareness begins to reduce the stress hormones and creates more coherent brainwave states. I'm doing it right now. It's just a practice. It's just a practice. When you teach your body emotion.
This dude just gave y'all the bars to life. I promise, if you don't listen to this cat, bro, you're tripping. What he just said to you and me, I mean, this I know, but it always is good to hear it again, you know what I'm saying? But if you didn't know what he's talking about right now, oh my gosh. Bro, there's two things, man. There's mental and there's emotion. And emotion really fuels the ether to manifest, man. You really gotta know how to be very specific on what it is that you're asking for. So they have to be aligned. You have to align, bro. Let thine eye be one. And dude, the whole world will change for you. And that is true. Like we can literally think and feel our way out of this what feels like just madness of a world if we all just come together and just start taking the time. Like he said, you know, late at night or at nighttime before you go to bed, you know, just calm your mind and like start to think to yourself how grateful you are to be alive. And then same thing in the morning. First thing in the morning when you first get up, just feel happy and grateful that you are here today and that you got another opportunity to take another step closer to whatever it is that you perceive to be happiness and joy, man. And, man, you start doing that throughout the day, it'll start to just be who you become. Like, you see some of us walking around and, like, people always ask me, like, Q, how you doing? I'm like, man, I'm great as usual. You know I'm always good. You know what I mean? Like, because that's the truth. I'm always good. Somebody always got my back. The one that needs to have the one that has my back is the one that's got your back. Always got our back. I mean, if you didn't, you know, you wouldn't be here right now. Whatever you want to, he, she, it, whatever it's there. And it's got your back. Just be grateful that it does.
And why, according to the mystics, God is not what you think it is. Now, the mystics are basically people in certain religions that are tired of talking or philosophically arguing about God. Instead, they seek God through a direct experience, sometimes called a mystical union with the absolute or the ultimate reality. Now, practically every single religion has a mystical tradition. In Islam, there is Sufism. In Judaism, there's both Kabbalah and Hasidic mysticism. In Christianity, there's simply Christian mysticism. And in Hinduism, well, it's pretty much already a mystical tradition. Now, there are three main ideas that pop up in basically all mystical traditions. One is that God is not a being or even a supreme being, but being itself, or isness.
Facts.
Two is that the way to God, or the ultimate reality, is through self-annihilation, or ego death. And three is that there's a fourth state of consciousness beyond waking, dreaming, and sleeping that is actually the very nature of the absolute or the ultimate reality. And that's precisely why we as humans can achieve a mystical union with the absolute or the ultimate reality. All right, so let's go over some of these so they can make a bit more sense to you. Okay, so the first one says that God is not just another thing or object in the universe, not even a being or a supreme being that lives somewhere in heaven or somewhere in the fourth dimension. God is being itself, or isness, which is beyond all things, forms, and beings. Intuitively, this kind of makes sense too, because God, as the source of existence, cannot just be another existent thing or being. That's also why in Genesis, God allegedly says, I am that I am. Because I am is the verb for being or isness. So it's not God saying, I am present, I exist, but it's God saying, I am presence, I am existence, or the source of existence. Now, God is also the I am or inner being within each of us. We can all say that we are because we have intrinsic existence, consciousness. And that is the God within everyone and everything that is basically aware of what they experience. As a mystic might say, we are all just God or being itself, experiencing what it is like to be everything. What it is like to be the Dalai Lama, what it is like to be me, what it is like to be you, and what it is like to be all conscious beings. As the famous Sufi mystic Ibn Arabi once said, God sleeps in the rock, dreams in the plant, moves in the animal, and awakens in humans. Because we are the ones that actually realize that we have inner being or God within us. All right, so today we're going to talk about mysticism and why.
Bro, those two back to back, dog. Y'all heads shouldn't even be sitting on y'all shoulders right now. Y'all heads is somewhere on the back of that wall over there. You know what I'm saying? You just got hit with the 12 gauge sawed off, to the middle of your cranium. Dog, I am that I am, bro. The center of all centers. All. The consciousness, the one thing, the all things. All things create me and I create all things, man. Come on, bro. He gave y'all a jewel right there. I think we touched on that in a previous video, actually, about the, the middle years of Yeshua. I think it was, dang, I can't remember who it was that was talking about basically how, in the Bible, you only get Yeshua's existence from 12 years old, and then there's a gap, and then all of a sudden you come back and he's like 30 or 33 or something like that. I think he's like 30. And in that gap, he was learning the mystical teachings. And he was traveling all over to learn all of the mystical teachings. And man, it's a very simple concept of dwell deeper inside of yourself to meet God. And when you do that, you realize that you are God. Not the full encompassing God. Not in that state. Not relative to it, at least. No. There's no way. That would be insanity. But you are part of the source. You come from the source, and that source is eternal and always connected to itself. It can't disconnect from itself. Otherwise, there would be something else besides God. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's so dope, and it's just, it brings so much peace to you when you realize that, and so much power, because you can let so many things go, and you don't have to let things burden you anymore. It's a nice trip, man. I'm telling y'all, between this video and the one right before that, man, I'm telling you, head blown off. Off. You shouldn't have a head no more. How you even listening and watching this right now, man? Come on, change the channel, bro. Wake up. New era.
I'm feeling quite bad, so take another token. Yeah, there's jokers all around me.